Hi guys, Happy New Year! I hope that you had a wonderful celebration and a great holiday season, and I wish you a very nice beginning of the year 2021. Let's hope that it's gonna be a great year for the world and for every one of us. And I wanted to discuss a little bit the spirit of New Year's resolutions and offer a little bit of a different point of view on it, because as we know, January is the month where most people start going to the gym, and we all make this New Year resolutions to start doing this and that and change this and that about our lives to become better, and we have different reasons to do that. And I think that it's wonderful to set goals and have something to strive towards and wanting to change our lives, but I think that there are two very different ways to go about it. So there are two different possible motivations for a change. And first, and I think the one that people normally use, is the one that something is wrong with me and I want to change it, so I will include this and this and this habit into my life. And it comes from a place of ego, of lack, and I think that it takes place from the idea of the fact that we are not enough, and the fear of not being loved, or the fear of not being worthy of love in case that we don't reach a certain standard or we don't do a certain thing. And then the second mode is the mode where you already love yourself as you are and you accept yourself as you are. And you say, yeah, sure, I can do this because I want to do it and because I want to challenge myself and I want to see how much I can expand, but not as a form of punishment or a form of trying to change yourself because you don't feel that you are already enough, but kind of trying to become better than you already are, because you already are wonderful and you already deserve all the love and you already love yourself enough, and you just want, because of that, to become even better and to be even better to the outer world and to be even better towards yourself and to develop the qualities that will bring you even more happiness and more greatness into your life. I wanted to talk as well about perfectionism. And I am the first person to admit that I still struggle a lot with it, and I still have a very long way to go, but I feel like it's more relatable when you share things that you learn along the way and not the ones that you have already perfectioned. Perfectionism is a trap of an ego, of course, because we want to be as perfect as possible because we don't believe that we are already good as we are. And I think that it's a very limiting belief because it leads to thoughts like, I will be lovable when I achieve this and this and that, or I will be happy when I have this title, this job, I look a certain way, I have a certain partner. I talked about it in like all of my previous videos, but I think that striving for perfection comes from a place of not feeling good enough. And the thing is that there will never be enough. No matter how many titles you have, how much money you have on your bank account, no matter how popular you are, how pretty you are, unless you feel content and full inside of yourself, and this comes from a place of self-love, you will not feel the happiness. It will not, the outside things will never fill the void unless you feel it for yourself, unless you learn to already accept and love yourself the way that you are right now without needing to change in order to love yourself, because then the change will be more productive. I had this mentality for a very long time, and I recently talked to a friend about it, and I just realized, explaining to him how I see it, that this is actually so not true, that many of us, including myself, sometimes think that if we kind of quit this perfectionist mentality, this always striving for something better, something more challenging, something external to validate our worth to ourselves, that we will stop evolving. Like, we will just sit there in our room kind of loving ourselves and just doing nothing because we're already good enough as we are. But this is definitely not true. This is so not true, because when you already love and accept yourself as you are, when you feel content with who you are right now, and we all deserve love and happiness just by the fact of having been born. We are all human beings, we are all living beings. All living beings deserve to be loved and happy just because they were born. There is no conditions to it. And when you accept that, you stop pressuring yourself so much, and you stop putting so much weight on your own shoulders of trying to achieve some standards that are mostly set by the society and have even nothing to do with what we really want. It will release so much energy for us to actually work harder and to actually be better and become better at things that really matter for us. And we will be more able to contribute to the society, and we will be more able to give to the people that surround us, because we will feel full on the inside. And you can only fill somebody else's glass when yours is already full. You cannot fill anyone else's glass when yours is empty. And this will allow us to not only release the pressure of wanting something from other people, because if we don't give this love to ourselves, if we don't fully accept ourselves, we subconsciously look for it in everyone around us. We put this immense pressure on other people, and we are looking for things that we actually should be giving to us ourselves, for the love that we should be giving to us ourselves. And this is why it is not selfish. We live in a society where it is so widely accepted that loving yourself is somehow bad, that it's somehow selfish, that it's somehow not desirable. And even people, well, I mean, we cannot even accept compliments. We cannot even think to ourselves that, yeah, I am a good person, yeah, I do deserve good things. And you don't even have to be a specific way or look a specific way, or, as I said, have a specific position or job title or whatever. Like, this doesn't matter at all. It is completely irrelevant. You just, as a human being, you deserve love just as you are. And when you love yourself and when you give yourself this love, you actually are able to contribute to the life of others around you so much more, because you become such a balanced being, and you stop trying to get this from other people. And this, I started repeating myself, but it is so important. And it's so important to realize that and to start making steps in that direction. And here the trap is that perfectionism and ego start coming on this journey with you, and they will start telling you like, oh, you're not loving yourself enough, or you're loving yourself in the wrong way, or I don't know, you're not meditating enough, or you're not showing yourself enough love, or you ate something bad today. This means that you don't love your body, you don't show enough respect to your body. But it is a journey. And well, I mean, loving kindness to yourself first and then to everybody else is the only way to go. And I think we should all start this year with a little bit more love and kindness towards ourselves and towards the rest. And I believe that our relationships with the rest of the world are a reflection of our relationship with ourselves. So if we have a plentiful, nice, fulfilling relationship with ourselves, we will not transmit this fear and anger and insatisfaction in the outside world. And this is the best thing and the first thing that we can do. And then if we want to change the world and we want to make it a better place, we can start at least from there, and then following the things that interest us and that call us, and doing them from the place of love and the place of having our hearts already filled by ourselves, we will be able to do so much better to this world than we ever could by judging ourselves, punishing ourselves, and criticizing ourselves constantly, because we are just taking this energy from ourselves and we're not giving it to anyone. Nobody needs your title, nobody needs your achievements, nobody cares really. The only person, we only want these things because we think that this will make other people like us more or love us more, because, as I said, we don't believe that we deserve to be loved as we are, but we do. And when we, if we better focus on that, and if we better focus on taking good care of ourselves mentally and emotionally and spiritually and physically, we will be able to do so much more good for this world. We will be able to think much more clearly, have so much more energy to give to our loved ones and to even people who just need our help. Maybe we don't know these people. And I cannot stop talking about this because it's something that I recently realized for myself. And I will just give you an example because I already talked about it before. So like one of my biggest struggles throughout my entire life was my relationship with my body and my appearance. So I always thought that I was not pretty enough and I didn't love my body, and I harmed my body in many ways throughout my teenage years and my early 20s. And I'm still learning, and I'm learning every day, and I have my periods of when I still feel this way a lot. There is this kind of movement of repeating affirmations, for example, right? So you just like stand in front of the mirror and you repeat to yourself, I'm worthy, I am smart, I'm whatever. And you can do that, and I mean, it's better than nothing, but it's like you're ignoring the problem and you're trying, like, your brain will know that you're lying to yourself. Like your subconscious will know that you're lying to yourself. So repeating these affirmations it's not gonna really change it. And so the biggest realization that I had in the past couple of weeks actually was that it is actually so irrelevant. Like, it's so irrelevant if you think you're pretty or not, or if others think that you're pretty or not, because we only want this because we think that it will make us happy, because for example others will like us more. But no amount of superficial and external validation can bring us happiness. I will give you an example. Like a couple of weeks ago I was feeling so, like, I had one of these days when you just feel like shit. I went out to buy something. I didn't wash my hair that day. I was wearing no makeup and I just felt like the ugliest person in the world. And a really cute guy comes up to me and starts talking to me and asks for my number. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? And it didn't make me feel better at all. Like, I didn't feel better. I felt even worse when he continued with his journey. None of this external stuff actually is enough to make you feel good enough if you already don't feel good enough. And when you already feel good enough, it's so much better to start receiving all these things, and it's so much better to attract all of those things because you don't need them. You don't have this lack, this mentality of I don't have something, and it makes life of you and lives of everyone around you so much better because you start seeing things so much more clearly. So my new mindset and my new mantra for 2021 is this one. Yes, you are wonderful, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're intelligent, lovable, and all of these things in your own way. But it is irrelevant, because even if you were not any of those things, you would still be worthy of love. You would still be worthy of everything good, everything that you want, and you would still be worthy of being happy. So, bottom line, we are all human beings, we are all living beings, and we deserve to be loved, to be happy, and we don't need to be pretty, successful, whatever, smart. We are a unique combination of all of these things, like every one of us. But it is absolutely irrelevant, because what matters is just that by the right of birth, everybody deserves it, and we should start giving it to ourselves first and to each other as a result, and then the world will be such a better place. So I hope that you felt inspired to love yourself a little bit more. I am just starting this journey, and for the last several weeks I have been meditating a lot on that, and I feel so much better. And just meditation is such a wonderful tool for everything. I will make a video for sure about it. But yeah, so thank you very much for watching, and I love you very much. Be kind to yourself, and love you. Bye.